back up, but the audio back up on the radio right now as we've missed an at-bat or so as the power went out along Eagle School Road.
Well, to sum you up for those of you who missed this inning so far, a strikeout for Shoemaker, the first batter. Then Evan Moreland walked. He's now at third. It was a pop out by Tristan Everett back to Trevor Sharp, and now a 2-2 count to Eli Hott with 2 down, the number 2 batter in the order. And Berkeley up 4-1 over Romney. Is that pretty much where we are right now?
That is where we are.
Trevor Sharp out of the windup. Make that the stretch. Here it comes, the 2-2 pitch. Break even, fouled off. Right behind home plate into the netting. We'll do this 2-2 one more time.
And this is where Sharp was back in that first inning when a run scored on a passed ball. A wild pitch advancing the runner to third after a steal of second. See if Sharp can get this final out without that runner at third scoring.
Ready with that 2-2 again. Here's the pitch from Sharp. A fastball bounces in front of Brady Weaver. All the way back to Sharp, who came off the front of the mound to field that one. Thinking ricocheted off one of the shin guards of Brady Weaver to go as far as it did. With the count now full 3-2.
And Moreland was far enough down the line as he retreated to third. He went ahead and slid back in, not knowing if a throw might be coming or not.
Once again, a full count, something we've seen a lot here in this third inning. It's a ground ball to the left side. Up with it is Ryan Barger at short. Going to have to be a long throw, and safe at first on the infield single is Eli Hott. Barger was going to have to make one heck of a throw, and he did for the most part, but just deep in the hole to get over to Zach Rose. Rose coming off the bag to make sure he kept it in front of him. So reaching on the infield single is Eli Hott, driving in Evan Moreland from third base. It's now 4-2 Berkeley as Romney gets their second run of the ballgame.
Yeah, nice play by Rose over at first to make sure that he came off the bag and kept that baseball there and did not allow the ball to get into foul territory and potentially bring in another run. We do have a courtesy runner. It looks like Trey Bryson, who is going to serve as that runner for the pitcher with 2 outs in the inning.
Number 6,
So Trey Bryson, now the runner at first.
And Trey Bryson will immediately get picked off at first. Caught leaning. Trevor Sharp, the lefty, brought the front foot up and then leaned over to first. Zach Rose applies the tag, so Foster Conus won't even see a pitch. He'll be the first batter in the bottom of the fourth the next time that Romney is up to bat. Romney does get a run in the inning. Score 4-2. We'll come back with the bottom of the third inning next. This is Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Welcome back in to American Legion Baseball. And Matt Miller clearing his throat. Apparently a frog back there.
Ribbit. Yeah, it's a big one.
The things you miss in between innings. The lovely conversation that we get into. Frogs and throats and everything in between. 4-2 the lead for Berkeley over Romney. Romney getting one in the top of the third. We will start the bottom of the third. It'll be Hunter Coe leading it off for post 14. Righty stands in. Eli Hott back out, and the first pitch from Hott bounces away from catcher Brady Whitaker for ball 1.
How different one inning is to the next. In the first inning, 8 pitches, 7 went for strikes for Eli Hott. In the second inning, 35 pitches with 24 strikes. So he's up to 43 pitches with 27 strikes coming into this inning.
Here comes that 1-0 from Hott. It's a ground ball to the left side off the bat of Hunter Coe. Up with it is Tristan Everett over to first for out number 1. A good play by Tristan Everett over to Justin Stone That one going to go 6-3 in the scorebook for out number 1.
Yeah, did a nice job attacking that baseball, getting it on a good hop and then a good fluid motion and a strong throw to first.
That'll bring up the big lefty, Zach Rose. Hard to believe he just finished up his sophomore year at Jefferson High School. You and I talking before the game, and you wonder how much more of a growth spurt he can have and how much more muscle he can gain for the remaining 2 years of his high school baseball career. First pitch, a strike on the outside corner to Rose. Rose grounded out to second base his first at-bat, something we saw a lot from him in the high school season this year for the lefty.
Yeah, rolling over that pitch and grounding it towards second.
Ready with that 0-1. That one a ball, misses just outside, maybe also a bit high. Count even 1 ball, 1 strike.
Been fun to watch his growth. I remember him through the Little League All-Star system, and he's a very good first baseman defensively. As we saw last night, strong on the mound, really mixed his pitch as well, and working on some things at the plate.
The 1-1 low gets by Brady Whitaker. Never hit the dirt. Whitaker had to backhand. Ended up not getting the glove on it. Got all the way back to the backstop. Nobody on, no harm done. Now the 2-1 count as Rose will step back in, stands near the back of that left-handed batter's box. A wide stance. Here comes that 2-1. That one a little bit of an off-speed pitch in there for strike 2 on the outer third.
Yeah, that one catching the outside corner. Haven't seen that corner given to the pitcher against the left-hand batter quite as much as we have against the right-hand batter.
Rose steps in, awaiting that break. Even here it comes from Hott. Swinging a foul ball. Gets back to the screen behind home plate, and we'll do that 2-2 all over again.
That pitch where it seems like most left-handers like it, down and in. He got the barrel down on it and fouled it away.
And a pitch that you like if you're a guy that likes to pull it like Zach Rose does. Again here with that 2-2 pitch, a swing and a ball fouled off again. Just able to get a piece of it as it gets back to the backstop. Ethan Wilson running over to grab the baseball, and we will do the 2-2 all over again with 1 out here in the bottom of inning number 3.
Good at bat by Rose. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat.
Ready again with the 2-2 from Hott. This one misses inside again, gets by Whitaker. That's the second one this inning that has been inside, and Whitaker's just not able to get the body on.
It seems like he was crossed up a little bit. I don't know about the earlier one, but in that situation, just watching the way he shifted and went for that baseball, it's almost like he didn't get the pitch he was expecting.
The 3-2 pitch fouled off, and what an at-bat so far for Zach Rose.
9th pitch of the at-bat now coming. He has battled.
Has fouled off a few, and a good at-bat for, again, just a guy finishing his sophomore year. Here comes that 3-2, and I believe gets behind Zach Rose. It'll be ball 4. Great at-bat by the first baseman.
Well, better to take ball 4 than the hit by pitch on what would be ball 4, right?
Yeah, sometimes you got to wear them. Not in that situation, just get out of the way.
Yeah. I'll take first base however I get there, but if I could get there without getting hit, I'll do that.
That'll bring up Ethan Wilson as we'll get a ball change. Brady Whitaker getting a new baseball to throw back to Eli Hott.
It's now 3 walks for Hott in this one.
Hott wanted the baseball with some strikes in it.
Do they make those? Do they?
Pitchers think so, yes. Ethan Wilson, that open stance in the right-handed box. First pitch he sees is high and inside, ball 1.
If you figure out how to put some strikes in a ball and or hits in a ball where you could get pitchers and hitters kind of fighting over which ball to use, make a lot of money.
That 1-0 ground ball that's going to get fouled on the third base line only by a foot or 2. Making the backhanded stab in foul territory, Morgan Little. Make sure that thing stayed foul. Count even 1 ball, 1 strike. Jogging back to first base is Zach Rose.
End of inning number 1 down at Nationals Park. Game 2 of the split doubleheader today between the Phillies and the Nationals, and it is scoreless.
Scherzer on the mound.
Let me check and see the box score.
Here comes that 1-1 to Ethan Wilson. That one taken for strike 2, but dropped at the plate by Brady Whitaker. I don't know if there's some sort of issue with him seeing the baseball but not able to get in front of him and hold on to him so far in the bottom of the third inning. Here comes that 1-2 from Eli Hott. A swing and a miss. And Ethan Wilson will have to go back to the dugout. There was a drop third strike, but first base is occupied. So on the 4th pitch of the at-bat, Ethan Wilson goes goes down swinging for out number 2.
Second strikeout now for Eli Hott. Big strikeout to keep that runner at first base.
Brings up Dylan McCartney. McCartney, a RBI double. A sharply hit ball into left field. Back in that 4-run bottom of the second. Here comes that first pitch to McCartney, and it's driven down the right side, but foul. Bouncing up against the fence in right field, right next to the bullpen mound.
Yes, is the answer to your question earlier. Max Scherzer is on the hill for the Washington Nationals and set down the Phillies 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first.
Broken nose, healthy nose, doesn't matter.
I'll have to
Scherzer's going to dominate.
See if I can find any video, whether he's wearing a mask or just maybe some tape across that nose.
The 0-1 to McCartney. Misses outside, ball 1. McCartney in yesterday's game. A walk would come around to score. But other than that, 0 for 2, a line out and a fly out. Ready with that 1-1. Here's Eli Hott, and there's a ground ball to the third baseman off the bat of Dylan McCartney. Up with it is Little. He'll fire it over to first. Hauling it in is Justin Stone for out number 3. That one will go down 5-3 in our scorebook. So a walk to Zach Rose on a 9-pitch at-bat. But other than that, nothing doing. Here in the bottom of inning number 3, we'll go to the top of the 4th. When we come back, it's 4-2 Berkeley over Romney. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and the TV 10.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I am beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face. When someone close to you passes away, it's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
We welcome you back in to Appleman Park along with Matt Crawford. I'm Matt Miller, Caleb Valero, Logan Nichols back at the studio. We've been experiencing a little technical difficulty back at the studio after having a power outage go through the radio station. And so Matt and Caleb working on that right now. We'll see what's going on and get them back on the air and give us a little bit of an update as to what's happening back at the studio. Trevor Sharp out on the mound, getting ready to go into his 4th inning of work, facing this Romney lineup through 3 innings. 49 pitches, 31 for strikes. Your storyline through 3. Berkeley has 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors. They've left 3 base runners, none in scoring position. For Romney, 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they've yet to strand a base runner through their first 3 at-bats. They'll have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up as we go to this top half of inning number 4.
Leading it off will be Foster Konis. He was the batter before Eli Hott was thrown out. First pitch to him, high and outside, ball 1. It was Trey Bryson, actually, the courtesy runner for Eli Hott, who was caught stealing to end that 3rd inning. Here's a foul ball that I believe hit off the foot of Foster Konis. They'll even the count up at 1-1. Didn't get more than about 2 feet in front of home plate. Our home plate umpire threw the hands up for a foul ball as Konis skipped on 1 foot for a few steps down the line.
Sunny skies prevailing, some shadows stretching out from the first base side out towards the field as the sun sets.
That 1-1 pitch breaking ball misses low and inside, ball 2. Konis a strikeout victim back in the first. Strikeout on 3 pitches for the second out in that inning. Ready with that 2-1 pitch. There's a strike on the fastball, an outside corner pitch. And the count to Konis, even 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trevor Sharp working very quickly on the mound. Here comes that 2-2 out of the windup. A ground ball to the shortstop. Ryan Barger up with it on the forehand. The throw on the run and safe at first. Beating it out is Conus. A great stretch at first by Zach Rose, but the speed by Conus out of the box. Beat the ball there by about a step.
Second infield base hit against Sharp, and it's back-to-back infield hits as Eli Hott was able to leg one out back in that third inning. That helped to produce a run, and now Conus able to leg one out to get the inning started.
And you couldn't ask for a better infield play by Ryan Barger, coming up with the ball on the left side, coming up, making the forehanded stop and throwing on the run. Just not quite quick enough on the throw. First pitch to Justin Stone, just a bit outside, ball one. Stone stepping in and grounded out to second base in his first at-bat. Here comes that 1-0, and it is flied into right field. It'll go foul and bounce into foul territory for the first strike of the at-bat.
Yeah, that one out off the end of the bat. No chance for first, second baseman or right fielder to get there.
1-1 the count to the first baseman for Romney. Where's number 33?
A big game for both of these teams. We talk about area play. Kingwood is in the area, and Berkeley has a doubleheader sweep at Kingwood to open the season 8-0 and 10-6.
Here comes the 1-1 from Sharp. A breaking ball that's driven to the opposite field and into right field for a base hit from Justin Stone. Moving up to second is Foster Conus. And now 2 runners on with no outs here in the top of inning number 4.
Yeah, good at bat there for Stone. Pitch a little up and away. He sent it the other direction. That line drive base hit. Nice play as well by Hunter Coe, the right fielder for Berkeley, getting on it quickly and making sure Conus did not try to go from first to third. Continuing to look at area play, it was a win over Moorfield yesterday, 12-2 for Berkeley. So a win today against Romney would make them 4-0 against the area opponents.
Tobin Kane fouls off the first pitch he sees.
And notice what he tried to do. I think he was bunting as much for a hit as he was to try to sacrifice the runners, as he was very late in kind of squaring around and trying to bunt that baseball.
We'll see if there's a bunt attempt again. There it is. Squares around, pulls back, but it's going to be a strike 2 called at the plate on the breaking ball. Good pitch by Trevor Sharp that started high and inside and broke down in right over the heart of the plate at the last minute.
After seeing Max Scherzer break his nose on a bunt attempt in the batting cage yesterday, I'd be leery of bunting myself.
On the 0-2, another square around the bunt, and that one's going to go foul for strike 3. Not something you see often, and Tobin Kane didn't really look comfortable bunting any of the times he squared around in that at-bat, especially on that 0-2 pitch where you got to do whatever you can to make sure you're bunting between those foul lines. So the first out of the inning on the fouled bunt on the 0-2.
That's 5 strikeouts now for Sharp as that goes down as a strikeout, trying to bunt with 2 outs. And you could see the reaction from manager, head coach Joshua Crawford down in that third base coach's box. Don't know if perhaps it was a missed sign that the batter went ahead and tried to bunt even with the 2 strikes on him, or if perhaps it was just the frustration that even with the 2 strikes he didn't get that bunt down. But either way, Crawford seemed a little frustrated.
Apparently we need another baseball to come in from the dugout. Brady Weaver gets it, and we are ready for action. Stepping in will be Brady Whitaker. And Brady Weaver's opposition behind the plate. A couple of Bradys catching for both of these pitchers today. The first pitch to Whitaker in for strike 1.
Now you've got an opportunity, if you could turn a double play, to get out of this inning without any damage after the first 2 reached on singles. 1 down, and those runners still at first and second.
Here comes that 0-1 to Whitaker. That one misses low. A good block by Brady Weaver to keep it in front of him and keep the runners where they are at first and second. Not put 2 into scoring position.
We do have some action in the bullpen down that left field line for Berkeley.
Ready with that 1-1 out of the stretch here. Sharp, a curveball that misses outside, ball 2.
It's Cam King who is loosening. And if we don't see him this half inning, I figure we will see him as we go to the 5th inning. Talking earlier with Trip Tobin, Trevor Sharp on a bit of a pitch count here in this one.
Yeah, no more than about 65 as the 2-1 from Sharp in on the outside corner for strike 2. Whitaker at the plate, a strikeout looking on 5 pitches back in the second. It was back-to-back strikeouts in that second to Kane and Whitaker. Let's see if it's the same here in the fourth. Fouled off on the 2-2 is Whitaker, and he will stay alive to see another pitch.
We would have him right around that 65 pitch count right now in this at bat. So with just 1 out, 2 on, let's see what happens. If he's able to get Whitaker, will he go after Morgan Little, or will we see the change?
Well, ready with that 2-2 again. Here it is. A fastball misses outside. The count now even, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
A big pitch coming here for Sharp. Don't want to load the bases, but also don't want to give him a pitch that he might be able to drive somewhere, looking for a fastball on the 3-2.
6th full count of the game so far, driven into right center field, and that's going to get down and get into the outfield for a base hit. Rounding third and coming home will be Konis, and he will score. It's now just a 1-run game, 4-3. Berkeley just a 1-run lead, a RBI single for Brady Whitaker.
Well, he got that fastball that he might have been looking for and did a nice job to line it over the head of Justin Murphy and out into right center field. Looks like we'll have a runner for Whitaker, the catcher, at first base. With 2 outs, you can put that runner in to give him a little opportunity to get geared up and ready to go back out there. And that appears to be a number 8 again, does it not? Which was Trey Bryson earlier, so apparently Bryson will serve as that runner one more time. Bryson got picked off the last time he was out there as that courtesy runner. Let's see if he learned a lesson.
Yeah, they're going to have to, as apparently he will get some little talking to over at first base. All right, let's not have that happen again.
Yeah. Some instruction from the very player that he's replacing there is Brady Whitaker. He came back out to talk with him.
Conversation on the mound is over. Morgan Little will step in.
I believe Kevin Murphy going out for the conversation to try to settle things down a bit for Trevor Sharp, and he will continue. I guess they're going to try to get him through this 4th inning.
Justin Stone did move from first to third on that base hit into right center. Standing at first now is Trey Bryson. The first pitch to Little. Missed just low for ball 1.
We'll see if they decide to put Bryson in motion at all at first base. The tying run just 90 feet away with 1 out.
Pick back over to first base. Bryson, not a very big lead at all. He will dive back in. Not even close to a normal lead for him, I don't think.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
I can't let that happen in Legion baseball. There's a strike on the 1-0 to Morgan Little. Count even, 1-1 off the arm of Trevor Sharp. And Sharp, I think, just hoping to finish this inning. Hoping to go 4 strong before giving way to who we would think would be Cam King. On the 1-1, it's a strike at the knees to Little. Now Sharp ahead in the count, 1-2.
Yeah, nice location on both of those pitches. And Little now going to have to protect down in the count.
Ready with that 1-2, runners at the corners. The breaking ball, check swing at the plate, and did not go around. The count now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brady Weaver popped up as if maybe thinking that was going to be strike 3. Look the runners back. And now preparing for the 2-2. Here comes that 2-2 from Trevor Sharp. That's a fastball in the outside corner for a strike 3 looking, and Little goes down on strikes. It'll be strikeout number 6 on the day for Trevor Sharp. And 2 down here in the top of inning number 4.
And again, working the outside edge, whether it's been a left-hander or a right-hander, he has worked the outer part of the plate and gets the call on that one.
Brings up Ryan Shoemaker, a strikeout victim. Last inning in the 3rd, the righty steps in, crowds the plate a bit. First pitch fouled off, out of play over the stands down the first baseline. Count no balls, 1 strike.
Big at bat here against the number 8 hitter in the order with runners at the corners. The tying run just 90 feet away at third base. He was there with just 1 out. You got the strikeout. You can't let up now, though, with 2 outs. Got to go after this batter.
That 0-1 pitch, a fastball, misses away, ball 1. And Shoemaker saw 6 pitches. It was a full count in which he struck out in the 3rd for the first out of the inning. See how many pitches he sees in this one. Here comes that 1-1 from Sharp. A swing and a miss for strike 2.
Nice fastball up and away from the right-hand batter.
Big pitch upcoming for Trevor Sharp, possibly the last one of this game. We expect the last one of the game for him, if it is a strike. Ready with the 1-2 here. Sharp ball bounces in for ball 2. A good stab by Brady Weaver to keep the runners where they are. Justin Stone, not a whole lot of speed at third base, so not sure it's a automatic, especially here with that concrete backstop. Ready with the 2-2 here comes from Sharp, and this one's fouled off behind our broadcast position over the press box. We'll do that 2-2 again. So once again, going to be at least a 6-pitch at bat for Ryan Shoemaker.
And good at bat, making Sharp work to try to get this final out of the half inning.
Out of the stretch, here comes that 2-2 again. A breaking ball, just able to get a piece of it, but foul. Right at home plate. It was a late signal at the plate by our home plate umpire.
Yeah, I thought you could hear the tick of the bat as the ball ended up down in the dirt. Brady Weaver had popped out ready to throw on to first to assure that final out, but as you said, the late call from our plate umpire of a foul ball.
So once again, let's do this 2-2 all over again. Deuces are wild. 2-2, 2 outs. Swing and a miss at the plate. 2 outs, even though first base is occupied. Ken try to run down to first. Brady Weaver going to get the baseball, fire it down to Zach Rose, and that'll be a strikeout going 2-3 in the scorebook. 1 run does come across here in the top of inning number 4. 4-3, the Berkeley lead over Romney Post 91. Well, the bottom of the 4th when we come back. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
A 4-3 your score here. Berkeley Post 14 with that 1-run advantage over Romney Post 91. Romney looking for their 13th win of the season. Berkeley looking for win number 9. Got win number 7 last night against Moorfield. Game that was heard right here. Leading it off for Berkeley here in the bottom of inning number 4 will be Parker Martin. Martin now steps in. The first pitch from Eli Hott is blown away for ball 1.
We've got Hott at about 61 pitches through 3 innings. Again, had only 8 in that first, went all the way up to 35 pitches and giving up the 4 runs in the second inning. Settled back down 18 pitches in the third.
And not starting out too well here in the bottom of inning number 4. Now 2-0 to Parker Martin as the 1-0 miss low and away. Now here comes that 2-0 pitch. That one a little bit low and away as well, 3-0.
Borderline pitches just missing. Good eye by Martin.
Seems like that strike zone has tightened up a little bit as this game has gone on. That 3-0 a little bit low and away. Almost identical locations on pitch number 2, 3, and 4. All balls. So a 4-pitch base on balls for Parker Martin.
That is now 4 walks allowed by Hott in this game. Nobody is loosened or anything, so Hott is on his own right now, up to 65 pitches.
Brings up Justin Murphy, the number 9 batter in the order. First pitch to him, a strike on the outside corner. Murphy walked back in the second, would also come around to score. Parker Martin, not an overly big lead off first base for his stature. does get a bit of a secondary lead. Here comes that 0-1 to Justin Murphy. A bunt down the first base line. That'll kick back fair. It looked like it was going foul. Must have hit a big clump of grass in foul territory. Kicked back fair. Justin Stone right there to gobble it up. Tags Justin Murphy for the first out of the inning. But Parker Martin does go up to the second base on the sacrifice.
Yeah, the out 3 unassisted. Certainly looked like that one had every intention of going foul, but stayed right along that first base line. Again, it's an all-grass first base line.
Seen that happen a couple times down at Jefferson with the way their dirt base line with the grass on either side looks at Sager Field. Back to the top of the order. Kyle Farmer steps in, takes ball 1 high. 1 down, runner on second base is Parker Martin. Ryan Barger stands in that on-deck circle as that 1-0 misses low, this time to Farmer. 2 balls, no strikes.
And Farmer due, if you will. 0 for 2 in this one after going 3 for 3 with a walk yesterday.
Eli Hott ready with that 2-0, and this one lifted into center field. Coming in on it and making the catch is Tobin Kane for out number 2.
Yeah, he had the play on that one all the way, called off the shortstop as Everett was going out, and Kane makes that catch. Covered a good bit of ground, but that ball hit very high into the air.
And you saw Shoemaker coming in from left field, Kane coming in from center. And going back on it was Tristan Everett from that shortstop position. And obviously Kane had the best play on that one, coming in to make the catch. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. 4-3 ball game. Berkeley ahead by 1. Ryan Barger now steps in. A 2 RBI single to right field his last time up. A single would probably give him RBI number 3 on the day. The first pitch to him, a fastball right down the middle for strike 1.
Oh, and that was a clutch 2-out hit back in that second inning that helped to bring in the 2 runs that right now are the difference in this one as Berkeley leads by a run.
Hott now set, ready with that 1-0. Make that 0-1. Here it is. That one misses high. Now 1-1. Barger quickly back in the batter's box. Looked down to Trip Tobin down the third base line. Didn't look like a sign was given. Quickly gets back into the box and awaits that 1-1. Here it comes from Hott. This one lifted to the right side. Moving back on it is Stone at first base. He will fade into foul territory and make the catch. Just about a step or 2 into foul territory and retire Barger for out number 3 in the inning. Parker Martin walked to lead it off. Would get to second on the sacrifice bunt by Justin Murphy, but nothing doing after that. A fly out and a pop out. That's how the 4th inning will end. We'll go to the 5th. When we come back, it's Berkeley post 14-4, Romney 3.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
Welcome back into Appleman Park, home of the Musselman Appleman and the home for the first half of the season for Berkeley Post 14. It's Berkeley with the 1-run lead here as we go to the top of inning number 5. 4-3 your score. Trevor Sharp out of the game. It'll be who we expected to come in, Cam King. Sharp finishing with 79 pitches. He went 4 innings, giving up 3 runs on 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. Back in with the play-by-play for inning number 5. Here's Matt Miller.
51 of those 79 pitches for Trevor Sharp in there for strikes. All in all, a very solid effort for him. And now Cam King coming in, trying to preserve what is a 1-run lead. The difference in this ball game, the second inning, 4 runs scoring on 3 hits, no errors, 2 walks for Berkeley. In that inning with 1 out, Ethan Wilson walked. Dylan McCartney followed with an RBI double. Parker Martin singled and Justin Murphy drew a base on balls with the bases loaded. A wild pitch scored McCartney, moved Martin and Murphy into scoring position after a pop out to short from Kyle Farmer for the second out of the inning. Ryan Barger, that clutch 2 RBI single to right, brought home Martin and Murphy. At that time gave Berkeley a 4-1 lead. A run in the third and a run in the fourth for Romney have cut it down to a 4-3 deficit. And now Cam King takes over, and he'll face the number 9 hitter, Evan Moreland, to get it started in this top of the fifth.
This is about everything we expected out of this game so far, at least everything I expected.
Absolutely. You look at an 8-7 game between these two, one in which Romney took the early lead 6-1, but Berkeley rallied at the tournament up in Frostburg on Saturday. And the importance of this one in the area play and setting up the area postseason tournament, we expected a good one, and we're getting it. Moreland takes strike one from the right-hander King. This top of the fifth underway. 0-1 to the plate. That one on the outside edge for a called strike two. Moreland walked and scored back in the third inning. Checking in on those Washington Nationals, top half of inning number 3. The Phillies at the plate, and the Nationals with a 1-0 lead. Here's a swing and a miss at a pitch down low. Didn't get into the dirt as Brady Weaver made that catch right off the top of the dirt, and Moreland turns and goes back to the dugout.
It's a good way for Cam King to start. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and a strikeout.
In line for the immaculate inning, as they call it.
Knock on wood, Mr. No Broadcaster's jinx.
I knocked, just so you will be happy. We'll go back to the top of the order, and Tristan Everett checking out the Nationals game as the pitch to the plate is fouled away for strike one. Everett doubled and scored in the first, popped out to the pitcher in the third. He is 1 for 2. Looking at the numbers, it was a Brian Dozier home run to be able to bring in a run. So the Nats have that 1-0 lead. Here is strike 2 to Everett.
Dozier now has 3 today. He had 2 in the first game of that doubleheader.
There you go. So swinging a hot bats. Here's that 0-2 pitch down in the dirt. Bounces away from Brady Weaver. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and say goodbye to the immaculate inning.
All your fault, man.
It's not mine.
It is.
I had nothing to do with it. All I did was talk about it.
Can't be doing that, man.
If I had the ability to control things with my mouth, we'd be in a whole heap of trouble. Open stance in that right-hand box for Everett as the 1-2 pitch off speed, fouled back over the screen and just to the right of the press box. It'll hold it a ball and 2 strikes. So Dozier swinging it well. Hey, the Nationals could certainly use the doubleheader sweep today with where they are right now in the standings. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive into center field, moving over to his left, coming in on it, making that chest-high grab is Kyle Farmer. That's 2 down in the inning.
Efficient so far, just 8 pitches thrown for Cam King. Looking at a pretty efficient 5th inning, first for him. If he can get a quick at-bat here for Eli Hott.
Hott is 1 for 2, his first time up. Bounced out to the pitcher, as good as a swinging bunt right out in front of the plate. And then his last time up, an infield base hit that brought home a run. That came with 2 outs in the third inning. Clutch hit that brought in the second of the 3 runs on the board right now for Romney. First pitch from King, high and outside, and that is ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Hott, a right-hand batter, swings and fouls this one off. Count evens up 1-1. Base is empty. 2 outs, top half of inning number 5. Game scheduled to go 7. So this would be kind of 5th inning stretch time after we get to the end of this half inning. Hott takes the fastballs down and in. It's now at 2-1. King works from the third base side of the pitching rubber. The left-hander to the plate just misses off that inside corner with ball 3.
Yeah, didn't miss by much.
And a good eye by Hott. Our umpire sets up over that inside shoulder of the catcher, so he is looking right over top of that corner of the plate. And here is a strike on the outside edge. That one about letter high.
We had seen that outer edge of the strike zone start to tighten up a little bit. That looks more like what it was in the first inning or two.
So it's a full count now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch, and it's a bouncer foul, third base side. Olay! The attempt with the hard hat for Joshua Crawford, the manager/head coach for Romney.
His third base coach has got to get better at fielding those ground balls.
He didn't get in front of it at all. That's why I called it the Olay. Yeah. He used the hat and tried to reach out to his left side to knock that one down.
And Tripp Tobin missed one earlier.
His was a little more difficult.
Can't be having this.
3 ball, 2 strike pitch. Again on the way. Here's a check swing ball in the dirt. It will be strike 3. Weaver digs it out, makes the throw a little high, but got him at first. Hot now turns, looks back towards the home plate umpire, pardon me. Yeah, I guess he was thinking it was ball 4. So he was going towards first, thinking perhaps he had drawn the base on balls. Instead, it was a check swing strikeout. The out officially recorded 2-3, Weaver to Rose. A pair of strikeouts in the inning for King as he sets down the side in order. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning when we come back with Berkeley on top of Romney 4-3.
I knew that's what he thought.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
Well, back out on the hill, Eli Hotz, the starter for Romney through 4 innings. We've got him at 73 pitches, 43 for strikes. Has allowed the 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors committed behind him. He has walked 4 batters while striking out 2. He'll go to work facing Brady Weaver, who is 1 for 2. Weaver had a single with 2 outs in the first and a ground out to third in the second. Right-hand batter against the right-hand pitcher. First pitch of the at-bat, a ground ball towards the shortstop. In between, Hop Everett comes up with it, and the throw to first in time to get him.
What a great play by Tristan Everett. That one ate him up right at the end, but he was able to keep the glove on it somehow and make a great play. See a very strong arm by Tristan Everett to make that throw and beat Brady Weaver.
1 pitch, 1 down in the Berkeley half of inning number 5. It'll bring to the plate Hunter Coe, number 4 hitter in the order. Out of that cleanup spot, the right fielder 0 for 2. Got caught looking at an 0-2 pitch back in the first inning. Grounded out to short on a 1-0 pitch in the third inning. Takes ball 1 to get this at bat started. The light's not even on yet as the sun is setting. It's turned out to be a great evening for baseball despite the forecast for the possibilities of showers and thunderstorms. Coe swings through the 1-0, 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's not over yet. Or bite your tongue.
And now that 1-1, and it's a bouncing ball again towards short. Everett has this one with that throw to first in time to get him by maybe a half a step. Hesitated just a little bit before making that throw. Not sure if he didn't have a good grip on the baseball or what, but got it over there just in time.
And it looked like he was going into the motion, so I think he had to double clutch the baseball a bit as he made the first kind of slide shuffle, and you looked like it was getting the hands were going to come apart to make the throw, and then quickly went back together. So, yeah, a bit of a double clutch, but still a very strong arm shown by Tristan Everett.
He's been involved with 4 putouts today, 1 pop out, 3 ground ball outs. Everett playing well. Brings up Zach Rose. First pitch swinging, lines it into center field for a base hit. That pitch seemed a little down, maybe in, but he went down and got it, golfed it right over the head of the pitcher, hot and out into center field.
That's something that Zach Rose needs to do more and more often. He is the king that we've seen this year of just kind of rolling over and sending it to right field, to the right side of the infield as a lefty. He did a very good job right there waiting on that pitch and driving it right back up the middle.
2 outs with a runner at first as it brings up Ethan Wilson. Wilson walked and scored in the second, a strikeout victim swinging in the third. He'll take here for ball 1. Crucial run out at first base with 2 outs. 4-3 the Berkeley lead. Took a 4-1 lead in the bottom of the second after giving up one in the first. Giving up a run in the third and one in the fourth to Romney. That's got him back to within 1. Berkeley has not scored since that 4-run second. Foul ball back out of play just to the right of the broadcast booth. The Procter & Gamble broadcast booth. If you're looking for more than just a job but a career, check out the P&G plant right here in Berkeley County. Online, pgcareers.com. Fastball outside corner taken for a strike. Now 1-2 to Ethan Wilson. 2 outs in the inning, a runner at first. Rose with his lead, held there by Stone. Here comes the pitch, lined into that gap in left center field. It's going to get down. Should be, well, could be extra bases. Cut off by Kane, who makes his throw to the cutoff. Now that throw to third and dropped by the third baseman Little. Could not hang on to that throw as Rose went sliding in around a would-be tag. So Rose will go from first to third on the base hit into left center field. The single for Ethan Wilson, who holds at first base.
And that throw from Kane, I think if Tristan Everett doesn't cut that off, I think that's a much closer play at third base. And it didn't help that when Everett turned around, had to double clutch that baseball. Yeah. I don't know if it's sweat on the hand or what, but we've seen it a couple times over the last couple of plays, him just having a double clutch. But I think if there's no cut made on that play, that's a bang-bang play at third base.
Or if that cut gets there just a little bit closer, too, as you mentioned, that double clutch. So runners at the corners, 2 outs. Back-to-back 2-out singles. An aggressive base running for Zach Rose, making his way from first to third. Now Dylan McCartney to the plate. Had an RBI double his first time up, and he takes a pitch up and in for ball 1. Last time up, a ground out to third, and that came in the third. So McCartney 1 for 2 with a run batted in and a run scored. Starting left fielder out of the number 7 spot in the order takes a pitch down low for ball 2. Scoots up the first base line away from Whitaker, but not far enough for either runner to try to advance. That one just getting outside of the dirt circle around home plate. Again, the grass base paths down both lines. There's the dirt circle, of course, the dirt mound, and then the dirt infield that wraps around from first to third. 2-0 pitch to the plate, up and in. 3-0 now to McCartney. Hot, in danger of loading the bases with 2 outs for Parker Martin. From the stretch, Hot ready. And the pitch down low again. It almost got away from Whitaker. He spun the head around quickly, then looked back and realized the ball was right at his feet. At his ball 4 to Dylan McCartney. He'll draw the walk, and the bases are loaded with McCartney at first, Wilson at second, Rose at third, and Parker Martin up.
And it only took 4 pitches to get the first 2 outs of the inning. Now 9 pitches later, bases are loaded after 2 singles and a walk, and looks like Josh Crawford going to come out and have a conversation. You wouldn't expect a pitching change right now. Or at least you would think that Hot would try to get out of this inning.
We've got 12 pitches in this half inning. That would be 85 pitches that have now been thrown by Hot on the day. And it looks like we will have the change as Hot is moving towards the shortstop position. And the shortstop, Everett, is taking some tape off from around his throwing wrist. And it looks like Tristan Everett is going to take over on the mound. So as Everett gets in his warm-up tosses, let's send it back to the studio. We'll take a 60-second break, and then we will return. We're in the bottom half of inning number 5. 2 outs in the inning, but the bases loaded for Berkeley as they lead Romney 4-3.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
The National Maritime Center primary mission is to credential all U.S. mariners. We have approximately 250 employees here in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Most people aren't aware of the quality of life here in Berkeley County. We have a lot of employees that are from the area. We obviously have folks that have to do tours here, and it's kind of a little bit of a hidden secret of how nice the quality of life is here.
The pitching change made, and Eli Hott wraps things up right around 86 pitches, roughly 50 of those for strikes in 4 2/3 innings, giving up the 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 strikeouts, but 5 base on balls, and the bases loaded as he leaves. Those runners on base are still his responsibility should they score, with Tristan Everett taking over on the mound. See if Everett can get his team out of this jam. For Berkeley, a chance to add much-needed insurance right now with just a 1-run lead at 4-3. As we await action getting back underway here, we check in again on the Washington Nationals. We'll try to get you to the rest of that game as we finish our coverage here. The Nationals taking game 1 of the split day-night doubleheader earlier, 6-2 the final. Patrick Corbin the win in that one. Right now, it is 1-0 Washington, thanks to the Brian Dozier home run. They're in the top of the 4th inning. Philly batting. There is 1 out. Jake Arrieta getting the start for the Phillies. Great pitching matchup against Max Scherzer. Well, here we go with the first pitch to Martin, and it's a pop-up on the right side of the infield, drifting into foul territory. The first baseman, Justin Stone, will pull it in, and just like that, Tristan Everett on 1 pitch retires Parker Martin and gets out of the jam, leaving the bases loaded. Now, Berkeley threatens, but they will fail to score, and we will head to inning number 6 when we come back with Berkeley still on top of Romney 4-3.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
The National Maritime Center primary mission is to credential all U.S. mariners. We have approximately 250 employees here in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Most people aren't aware of the quality of life here in Berkeley County. We have a lot of employees that are from the area. We obviously have folks that have to do tours here, and it's kind of a little bit of a hidden secret of how nice the quality of life is here.
American Legion baseball being brought to you by Miller Honda, Trips Floor Sanding, and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. The final score, Procter & Gamble, Mirius Group, and Ameriprise. Financial advisors John Everson and Phil McCoy. University Healthcare, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers. Miller's, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Bechtel Jewelers, John's Pool Supplies, and City National Bank. Thanks to our sponsors supporting our coverage of Legion Baseball and Little League All-Star Baseball through the summer months. Little League action beginning on Friday. More on that as we go into the top of the 6th inning. Back with your play-by-play. Here's Matt.
Cam King on the mound, his 2nd inning of work, relieving Trevor Sharp. Foster Conus, the batter, swing and a miss for strike 1. Conus an infield single back in the 4th, a strikeout victim in the 1st. Out of the windup, here's King. Ready with that 0-1, an off-speed pitch that's a cue ball off the end of the bat. It's going to be a tough play. King going over to cover first. Rose on the throw. Misses King at first. It's going to get back to the fence. Moving up to second base with ease will be Foster Conus. Not sure there's going to be a play made regardless. Not sure that Zach Rose needed to make that throw. It did, and it got by Cam King, who was covering first base.
Yeah, I got a feeling that'll be an infield hit, and then the error that will allow him to take second base. They really did not have a chance to get him at first, as Conus would have reached there, and I'm with you. Probably better advised, just hold that baseball and don't give up the extra bases. Now the tying run's in scoring position.
Yes, I was going to say, especially with just a one run being the difference in this ball game, getting later here in the sixth. Brings up Justin Stone. First pitch he sees, misses outside with the fastball from King. Ball one.
Boy, we've seen, 3 infield base hits in this one for Romney. Not necessarily beating the daylights out of the ball, so to speak, but, hey, finding good locations and getting down the line. And talking with their head coach or manager, Joshua Crawford, he said, we've got good speed. They've shown it.
2 of those infield singles coming from one man, and that was the one you just saw, Foster Conus. The 1-0 pitch missed outside to Justin Stone. So he's now ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes, as he awaits the third pitch of this at-bat. Ready now with the 2-0 is Cam King. Here he comes, and a big, hearty cut, a swing and a miss by Stone for the first strike.
He about swung right out of his shoes on that one.
Trying to send that one to Bunker Hill.
Pitch was up just a little bit, so maybe right in his eyes, and he thought he had a good chance of taking that one out.
2-1 now the count to the first baseman, Stone. Here comes that 2-1 pitch, and that's a fastball right down the middle for strike 2. And that's the one you would think you would take the hearty cut at. Nothing special about the last pitch thrown to even it up at 2-2, just a run-of-the-mill fastball right down the heart of the plate.
And maybe crossed him up. Stone may not have been looking for it.
Now ready with that break even. Here's the 2-2, and that fastball misses outside. The count now runs full.
Well, King went to a full count before eventually getting Eli hot to close out that 5th inning. So the second time he's gone to a full count since coming in relief.
Here comes that payoff pitch on the 3-2. A swing and a miss. And Justin Stone goes down on strikes. It'll be the 3rd strikeout for Cam King in this ball game, and just his 5th batter he's seen.
10 strikeouts in all tonight for Berkeley pitching. You know, that's got to be frustrating for Joshua Crawford and his team. Just haven't been able to get the ball in play enough times.
Brings up the lefty Tobin Kane. And Kane steps in 0 for 2 on the day, 2 strikeouts. A swing and a miss on a good off-speed pitch by King. No balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, way to mix those pitches up. Don't let them sit on that fastball, always coming on that first pitch.
King looks in, gets his sign. None comes set with a runner at second base. Checks back on that runner. That delivers that 0-1 and another breaking ball and a swing and a miss. 0-2 to Kane.
Very nice pitch, working down and away from that left-hand batter. He swung right over top of it.
1 down here in the top of inning number 6. Berkeley, the 4-3 lead over Romney. Here comes that 0-2 from King. A fastball. This is just off the plate for ball 1.
Matt, we should also add that second of his 2 strikeouts was on a 2-strike bunt attempt. And so a bunt foul for the 3rd strike went down as a strikeout for Kane back in that 4th.
4th pitch of the at-bat upcoming, and a time called at the plate. Very late time called. Cam King was almost into the windup already, it looked like. As he will walk around the mound.
Could see from our vantage point Kane putting that hand up towards the umpire. Took just a split second for the umpire to make that call.
Now ready again with the 1-2. Here's Cam King. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, and Tobin Kane goes down on strikes for the 3rd time today. And make that strikeout number 4 for Cam King.
Yeah, how about the effort from him coming in relief? He's pitched well in the early part of the season. He was the one on the hill in that 2-1 loss, I believe it was, against Severna Park in the round-robin portion of that tournament up in Frostburg over the weekend.
Brings up catcher Brady Whitaker. Had to throw the shin guards off. Now steps in. First pitch to him, breaking ball, strike on the outside corner. Again, that strike zone has widened back up a little bit. The middle innings, it had tightened up to what we are used to as a normal strike zone at this level. 1st and 2nd was a bit wider, and now here in the 5th and 6th, it has widened back up, at least to right-handed batters. Here comes that 0-1 from King. This one lifted foul and out of play down the first baseline. Now Whitaker behind in the count 0-2.
You just want an umpire to be consistent. If you're going to give a little off the corner, give it to both teams and give it all game. Don't tighten it up as the game goes along.
It's been to both teams, just not quite consistent the entire game. Cam King ready with that 0-2, and there's a fastball that misses just a bit outside, ball one. And there goes that consistency we just talked about. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brady Whitaker. 2 down in a 1-run ball game here in the top of inning number 6. Just 4 outs left to play with for Romney. Here comes that 1-2, and this is a ball lifted into shallow right field. Moving back on it is Justin Murphy. Coming in on it is Hunter Coe, the right fielder. He will make the catch for out number 3. So an infield single to start the inning. A throwing error allowed Foster Konis to move to second. But then 2 strikeouts and a flyout is how the top of the 6th inning will end. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th when we come back. It's Berkeley 4, Romney 3.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering a quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I am beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
When you're hurting, we're here. When things are confusing, we're here. When you need answers, we're here. Brown Funeral Home. We've been caring for families like yours for generations, since 1880. Whether you want to plan ahead or you need us now. Our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown Ranson. We're here when you need us.
The Berkeley Post 14 lead over Romney of Post 91. It is interesting going with the no mascot call. Try to go with just a straight Berkeley or Romney. A little bit different from the high school level, or really any level at that.
Have the Legion teams ever gone for mascot names?
You could think it could be. I mean, it could be the Berkeley Post 14 fill-in mascot name here.
Wallabies.
No.
I don't know.
No. That's the first. When you think mascot name, Wallabies is the first thing that pops into your mind.
I don't know. I think minor league baseball and all those cool, fun names, and so we've got to come up with something. All right, maybe not a wallaby.
What is a wallaby?
It's a small animal. I think it's an Australian animal, if I'm correct. So,
I'll take your word on that because I think you could be pulling that out of thin air.
No. I'm not making up the name. There is an animal called a wallaby. Come on.
1 run on top of the first for Romney, 4 in the bottom of the second for Berkeley, 1 in the top of the third and 4th for Romney. And that is where we are right now, 4-3. The score, Berkeley ahead by 1. Leading it off here in the bottom of inning number 6 is Justin Murphy as he takes ball 1. Tristan Everett back out as he will field this one off the bat of Justin Murphy on the mound. Jog over, underhand toss to Justin Stone for out number 1.
Well, 2 pitches, 1 down, just what Everett wanted. I mean, he only needed 1 pitch to get the pop out in foul territory to end that 5th inning and strand the bases loaded. That was a golden opportunity for Berkeley to add to what right now is just a 1-run lead. They couldn't do it in the 5th. Let's see if they can find that insurance run here in the bottom of the 6th.
We now reset to the top of the order. Kyle Farmer steps in. First pitch to him, high and inside, ball 1. A Farmer hoping not to go 0 for 4. Again, a great day yesterday. Went 3 for 3 with a walk in that leadoff spot. As he takes the 1-0 just a bit outside, ball 2.
Isn't that the fun of the game of baseball, right? You know, 1 game of a doubleheader, 1 night to the next night. You never can tell when your bat's going to be hot or not.
That 2-0, a strike on the inner third about letter high. Nothing really you can do with that one. A good take by Kyle Farmer. The 2-1 misses outside, ball 3.
Thank you very much to former Musselman Appleman assistant coach Craig Whitmore. Coach Whitmore sending me the wallaby. It's a small kangaroo type of a creature.
Well, while you're worried about little kangaroo creatures, the 3-1 misses ball 4, and Kyle Farmer reaches for the first time today. Caleb Falero apparently on your side too.
There it is. That make a cool little mascot. Think of a wallaby.
Put one of those on the hat, like the silhouette of one of those on a hat.
Think of those little rascals leaning back on their tail, using those bottom feet to, knock something around. Put a little baseball bat in their hand. You can make a cool emblem out of the wallaby. It could work. The Berkeley Post 14 Wallabies.
Hey, Matt, there's a baseball game going on here. You want
I
to
know
get back
there
to
is.
It? First pitch to Ryan Barger in for strike 1. Check back over to first, diving it safely. Kyle Farmer.
Farmer does have good speed. We'll see if Tobin is ready to put him in motion or not.
Have it ready with that 0-1 to Barger. Barger had squared around. A pitch that was inside, kind of jammed him up. Wasn't sure what to do. Little off balance, some happy feet. Eventually pulls it back a bit, but still a strike at the plate now. 0-2 to Barger. Tristan Everett looks in, gets his pitch that he wants, and check swing at the plate. Did go around his Barger, and he will be retired on strikes. First base is occupied by Kyle Farmer. So the drop third strike by Brady Whitaker. Does not matter. 2 down.
I think Trip Tobin making his way about halfway down the line, wanting to check with the plate umpire about that third strike call. I didn't think Barger went around on that one, but nonetheless, it's a strikeout for out number 2.
First strikeout of the day for Tristan Everett. As that brings up Brady Weaver. Weaver a single in the first. Check back over to first. And back in safe is Kyle Farmer. In standing up, can probably get another half step or so. Weaver stands in as Everett comes set. Here comes that first pitch, and that's a little low for ball 1 to the catcher Weaver.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in this situation. If he finds a gap somewhere, you got a chance to score that run. With 2 outs, Farmer can be off on the crack of the bat.
That 1-0 to Weaver jammed him up a little bit. Eli Howard up with it at short, fires to first, and that'll be out number 3. A good stretch by Justin Stone at first. So a ground ball 6-3 off the bat of Brady Weaver, and 1 walk in the inning. But other than that, nothing doing for Berkeley as we are through 6. When we come back, 3 outs away from Berkeley getting another win, the second in 2 days. It is a 4-3 lead for Post 14. We'll have the 7th when we come back. This is Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I am beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
When you're hurting, we're here. When things are confusing, we're here. When you need answers, we're here. Brown Funeral Home. We've been caring for families like yours for generations, since 1880. Whether you want to plan ahead or you need us now. Our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown Ranson. We're here when you need us.
Welcome back into Athelman Park. Top of inning number 7. Berkeley just 3 outs away from claiming the win in this one. They hold a 1-run lead. Romney wanting to kind of flip roles from the last time these two teams faced each other. Was Berkeley coming back and getting the win in that one. Romney hoping to do the same. Back in for the final inning of play-by-play action. We think could go to extras, but back in for the 7th. Here's Matt Miller.
Well, the storyline through 6. Berkeley has 4 runs on 6 hits with 1 error, stranding 8 base runners, leaving 3 in scoring position. Romney with 3 runs on 6 hits. They have not committed an error. They've stranded only 3 base runners, leaving 2 of those in scoring position. Romney plated a run in the first. Berkeley answered with 4 in the bottom of the second. Romney scored 1 in the third and 1 in the fourth, but neither team has scored in the 5th or 6th, and now we go top of the 7th, and it is Morgan Little as the due batter to get it started out of the number 7 spot in the order. Cam King with the first pitch, and it misses just up and away. And that looks to be Trey Bryson, who is being called on to hit here in this number 7 spot in the order. So Bryson ahead in the count, of ball and no strikes, and now takes a strike on the outside corner. Count evens up at 1-1. So we saw Bryson earlier serving as a runner. Now an opportunity to see him at the plate. Right-hand batter turns on this pitch, sends a towering pop-up, foul territory, third base side, and over near the fencing. It gets out of play. Parker Martin, the third baseman, seemed to have a beat on it, but ran out of room as he got to the fencing.
Yeah, and a lot of foul territory. You mentioned that at the beginning of the game here at Appleman Park. That one getting about probably 8 feet over the fence in between the coach's room area.
Bryson turned on that pitch and hit it straight up into the air. Towering pop-up that got out of play, and now he'll step back in, the right-hand batter against the lefty on the hill with the count of the ball and 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter in this top of the 7th. Last opportunity for Romney. Here's a pitch down low in the dirt. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And not who Romney wants up. Of the 6 at-bats so far in this game, this being the 7th for the 7-8-9, just 1 base runner. That was Evan Moreland reaching on a walk.
Yeah, otherwise 0 for 5, and make it 0 for 6 as Bryson takes the 2-2 fastball on the outside corner. It's a called strike 3.
Strikeout number 5 for Cam King. Been very, very efficient in this relief appearance.
How many times have we talked about that outside part of the plate? Good job by Sharp to get it started, and then King to close it out, being able to get those corner pitches and get those big strikeouts. Ryan Shoemaker taking strike 1. Number 8 hitter in the order is 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts in his 2 at-bats. He'll swing and miss at this one, quickly down in the count, 0-2.
Chased that one a little bit below the knees, helped King out.
Sharp looking to, I believe, pick up the win in this one as he goes more than halfway, 4 innings. And King would pick up a save in this one as he'll go 3 innings in this 1-run game. Foul ball out of play first base side. Count 0-2 to Shoemaker.
Nice casual 9-out save.
He's been solid, set down the side in order in the 5th inning, gave up the infield single in the 6th inning before retiring the next 3. And has retired Bryson to start this 7th. Here's an off-speed pitch fouled back on the 0-2. Nice job by Shoemaker. One of those that he really couldn't do anything with, but close enough, and he just got the barrel on it, fouled it off, and lives to see another pitch.
And especially the way that strike zone's been a given outside the pitchers so far in this one.
Evan Moreland out of the number 9 spot in the order is due next. 0-2 delivery inside and just missed him. Shoemaker spins out of the way of ball 1.
That's one of those ones that I'm sure the entire dugout is yelling, wear it, needing the base runner, but got to spin away from that one.
The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Climbed the ladder on that one, and Shoemaker went after it and just couldn't get up there. 6 Ks now for King. He has struck out back-to-back batters. He has struck out 4 of the last 5 batters. And now with 2 outs and the bases empty, Romney needs Evan Moreland to find a way to get on and keep this one going down by a run. Moreland walked and scored in the 3rd, struck out against King in the 5th inning, and he will take strike 1. King working from the third base side of the pitching rubber, ready to go, looks in at Weaver, delivers the pitch, this one just up and in. Counted 1 ball, 1 strike. Tristan Everett in the on-deck circle taking practice cuts, hoping for his chance to stand in and swing. Here's a ground ball on the 1-1 on the right side of the infield. Over to his left. Murphy has it. Second baseman scooping, gets to Rose at first. In time to get Moreland. The out recorded 4-3. King does his job setting down the side in order in the top of inning number 7. And Berkeley will get the victory, holding on by a final of 4-3. We'll take a 90-second break, then come back and tell you all about it as we get into our post-game show. It's American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.
And we welcome you back into Appleman Park along with Matt Crawford. I'm Matt Miller, Caleb Valero, Logan Nichols, our studio engineers for tonight's American Legion baseball action. Our postgame getting underway as we recap the scoring in this one. A 4-3 win for Berkeley post 14 over Romney post 91. Matt, you look at that top half of the first inning. Romney gets the leadoff double from Tristan Everett with 2 outs in the inning. Looks like a chance for Trevor Sharp to get out of the frame without any damage, but it ends up being a pitch down low that got through Brady Weaver. The pass ball allows a run to score, and Romney takes the early lead.
Yeah, not the way you wanted to start the game, but it could be a lot worse with the leadoff double. Obviously, you want that run to be a little more earned than that, but it's going to happen in games like this, so they didn't let that define the game, and they came right back out and had a scoreless at the top of the second inning. Didn't score in the bottom of that first, but were able to come back and make sure no runs were played in the top of that second.
Then in the bottom of the second inning, down 1-0. It was the only inning that Berkeley would score, putting 4 runs on the board on 3 hits and a couple of walks. With 1 out in the inning, Ethan Wilson walked. Dylan McCartney followed with an RBI double into that gap in left center field. Parker Martin then singled. Justin Murphy walked. The bases were loaded, and a wild pitch allowed Dylan McCartney to come home and score. That would give Berkeley a 2-1 lead. It advanced Martin and Murphy to second and third, and with 2 outs, Ryan Barger delivered the clutch base hit into right field, scored 2 runs. At that point, made it 4-1 Berkeley.
And that's just what Ryan Barger's been doing the last couple of days. He's really impressed me so far this summer. I know a small sample size that we've seen in just 2 games, but came through in a very clutch situation and a much-needed situation. You take away those 2 RBI, if he doesn't hit it in the right spot to score both of those, you're looking at a tie game and not a win necessarily for Berkeley.
Let's go to the top half of inning number 3. Romney begins to chip away. A leadoff base on balls to Evan Moreland. He ultimately comes home to score with 2 outs in the inning. Eli Hutt delivers an RBI infield base hit, but eventually Trey Bryson, who took over as a courtesy runner, would be picked off at first base. It ended the inning, and Berkeley's lead stood at 4-2. Let's go to the top of the 4th inning. Leadoff infield single for Foster Conus after a single from Justin Stone Tobin Kane tried to lay down a bunt to advance the runners. He bunted foul on the third strike for a strikeout. So now with one out and runners still at first and second, it was Brady Whitaker delivering an RBI single. That would plate Conus, but then with the pair in, one in scoring position, runners at the corners at that point, the tying run just 90 feet away. Back-to-back strikeouts for Trevor Sharp, getting out of the inning, stranding the tying run at third base. Those were two huge outs.
Yeah, and Sharp went deeper in this game than we were let on that he was going to. Ended up throwing 79 pitches. We were expecting him right around that 65 pitch mark. But I think he wanted to stay in the game and prove something. That's what this summer stuff is about. It's making sure you are ready when spring comes around and being in tough situations like that and working on your craft to get out of those tight situations, and that's just exactly what he did.
So we go on to inning number 5, neither team able to score. Inning number 6, neither team able to score. Berkeley Post threatened, leaving the bases loaded in that 5th inning. A chance to maybe add some insurance runs, but just could not get it done. But, hey, they didn't need to add any more as Cam King came in and pitched 3 solid innings, shutting the door on Romney, and Berkeley gets the 1-run victory by the final score of 4-3. Now let's take another 90-second break, and then we'll come back and wrap up our post-game show as we run the numbers from this one. It's American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I am beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
The National Maritime Center primary mission is to credential all U.S. mariners. We have approximately 250 employees here in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Most people aren't aware of the quality of life here in Berkeley County. We have a lot of employees that are from the area. We obviously have folks that have to do tours here, and it's kind of a little bit of a hidden secret of how nice the quality of life is here.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
Back one final time here at Appleman Park, home of Musselman High School baseball, and this summer, at least through the month of June, the home of American Legion baseball in Berkeley Post 14. We put the finishing touches on this one, looking at some of the numbers after a Berkeley 4-3 win over Romney. Matt, as we look at the pitching totals, Eli Hott takes the loss in the start for Romney, much like what we saw when he pitched for Hampshire against Jefferson in the regular season in high school baseball. Probably deserved better than what he got. Worked 4 2/3 innings, gave up the 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 strikeouts, but he struggled some with control, 5 base on balls.
Yeah, and that's where you can look at that number, the strikeout to walk ratio rather than the walkout to strike ratio, and that's going to tell you a lot of how games go, and unfortunately struggled with control at the wrong times in this ball game, and that 5 walks and just 4 2/3, not what you want to see after about a walk an inning.
2 of the 5 walks came in the second inning, and both of those walks came around to score. Difference in the ball game, 1 run. Those walks certainly hurt. Tristan Everett, 1 1/3 innings of relief, no runs, no hits, struck out 1 and walked 1. Trevor Sharp in the start will get the win for Berkeley. 3 runs allowed on 5 hits in 4 innings. He struck out 7 while walking only 1, and he lived up to his name. He was very sharp hitting his locations.
Yeah, absolutely. He had one whale-up game today. We saw back-to-back nights of really good pitching from Berkeley post 14. I was impressed with Sharp. He was a guy that struggled with injury over the course of the spring season, so didn't get to see him a whole lot. I know we saw him in the sectional round in which Musselman beat Martinsburg. and just didn't really get to see him a whole lot, so it was a pleasure getting to see him today for as brief of a time as it was, just 4 innings. But I thought he had a really, really good outing today.
Cam King looked equally as good coming in relief. No runs allowed on just 1 hit in 3 innings. He struck out 6 and did not walk a batter. Offensively for Berkeley, a 2 RBI single for Ryan Barger. The big hit that came in that 4-run second inning. Brady Weaver had a single as well. Zach Rose a walk and a single. Ethan Wilson a walk, a single, and a run scored. Dylan McCartney an RBI double and a walk. He scored a run. Parker Martin had a single, a walk, and a run scored. And Justin Murphy drew a base on balls and came around to score. For Romney, Tristan Everett in the leadoff spot had a double and a run scored. Eli Hott had an RBI infield base hit. Foster Cone has had a pair of infield singles as he goes 2 for 3 with a run scored. Justin Stone had a hit, a single, as he goes 1 for 3. Brady Whitaker added an RBI single, and Evan Moreland had a walk and a run scored out of the number 9 spot in the order. Final totals look like this. For Berkeley, 4 runs on 6 hits with 1 error. They left 8-3 in scoring position. Romney, 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors. They stranded 3, leaving 2 in scoring position. Sharp gets the win. King gets the save. Hott suffers the loss. Time of the game, 1 hour and 58 minutes. Romney falls to 12-4 on the season. Berkeley improves to 8-2. Well, next up for Berkeley Post 14, they're right back here, and it's this weekend, June the 22nd and the 23rd. They're playing double headers each day against Bridgeport and Urbana. No time yet on the score sheet that I have, or the time sheet that I have, the schedule, so you'll have to go to their Facebook page. Just look up the American Legion Berkeley Post 14 Baseball Facebook page, and I'm sure they'll post that schedule for this upcoming weekend. The next broadcast for us is we'll have Little League All-Star Baseball from up in Berkeley Springs this weekend. We look to be back out here next Thursday, the 27th of June, and that will be Berkeley hosting Funkstown in a game that begins at 6, and our pregame coverage will get underway right around 5:50. That will be a radio-only broadcast because that's a Thursday night, and that means on the TV side we'll have the Tony Saylor Summer Concerts in the Park series out at War Memorial Park. On the radio side, we'll bring you American Legion Baseball. Well, thanks to each of our sponsors supporting our coverage of Legion Baseball. We thank you for joining us at each of our broadcast entities. And we say a special thanks to Trip Tobin, head coach of Berkeley Post, as well as Joshua Crawford, head coach for Romney, for providing us with information, interviews, and statistics and so forth for today's broadcast. Thanks to all the folks here at Appleman Park for their help and support with today's broadcast coverage. We do remind you, coming up, we're going to jump right into Washington Nationals baseball. The game in progress. The Nationals took the early game in a split doubleheader today with a 6-2 victory. Patrick Corbin getting the win in that one for the Nationals. In the nightcap, they're in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Nats have a runner on base with nobody out. Max Scherzer is on the hill against Jake Arrieta in this one, and the Nationals hold a 1-0 lead. So get ready. We'll be going to that one, and hang on. My phone just giving me an update. They're actually now in the top of the 6th inning, and it still remains a 1-0 lead for Washington. So get ready for Nationals baseball. For Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. Caleb Valero, Logan Nichols, our engineers, back at the studio. We remind you, final score today, it's Berkeley 4 and Romney 3. Until next time, so long, everyone.
And that wraps up today's coverage of American Legion Baseball, brought to you by City National Bank, John's Pool Supplies, Bechtel Jewelers, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, University Healthcare, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, The Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors John Everson and Phil McCoy. Procter & Gamble. The Final Score. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. And Miller Honda. For the continued excitement of Major League Baseball, Little League All-Star action, high school baseball, and American Legion baseball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. All rights reserved.